I'm here with Wealdstone manager Bobby Wilkinson here at Twerton Park after Wealdstone earned a point here against Bath City in the National League South. Bobby, talk about that team performance. What did you think today?
We've been up against it this week with injuries and that, and I just went in there and I said win, lose or draw, and that's the most proudest I've been since I've been at this football club, because we could only train really with 10 on Thursday night, and we turned up today and I asked Jeff to be on the bench and I brought him on, and you know, he's actually signed off sick with tonsillitis, so credit to him coming on. Clarkie's actually injured with a hamstring, shouldn't even been on the bench, and then I brought the youngster just to make up the numbers. But today I asked the boys to do something that no one thinks we could have done today with all the injuries we've got, and we tried to show a lot of people today it's not about that, it's about staying together and just keeping our season alive. And before the start of the day we were 5 points out, now we're only 4 points out again, so all we've done today is keep it alive with just the bare bones. And I have spoke about it a lot this week because I want people to understand how proud I am as a manager, because the easy option today was to fold and go, oh, we've got too many injuries, make excuses, but with this group of players that doesn't happen, and this is the proudest I've been for a long time. And no excuses because we dropped 2 points or anything like that. Before anyone says that, this was an unbelievable team performance with what we are trying to achieve this year by staying in it, and we stayed in it today.
Before we get into what happened out on the pitch today, let's just, as you bring up there, Jeffrey Monacana, you told me on Tuesday that he was not going to be in the squad today due to being ill. What's that like with a player like that, and how does it sort of help the team when a player can stick himself out there after all these sort of problems and things that he's had?
Well, I've said on 3 or 4 occasions this year I signed certain players for certain games and to, you know, work hard for this football club and wear the badge with pride, and today that's what Jeff done, because Jeff did not have to be here today. I've spoken to his doctor and he's actually signed off 10 days antibiotics, tonsillitis, and but I had no option. And then Simon went yesterday for physio. He's got a problem with his shoulder and he was advised not to play today, so I asked Simon, look, you just need to go out there and give me 60 minutes and then we'll just see where we are. And you know, we strapped his shoulder up because we think it popped out last week and popped back in, so he shouldn't even be playing. So that's what these characters are about, so let's not look at anything else today apart from be a very proud supporter, proud board member, proud manager, to say, look, fair play to these boys just by doing what they're doing right now. And you know, really proud of Clarkie coming this way and to sit on the bench with his hamstring. It's the first time in my actual career, or my management career, that I couldn't really make any changes, and that's quite frustrating. That's why I was trying to stay in the game with half hour to go, and I thought we were under the cosh, and then it changed when I went to 4-4-2. But while you're winning 1-0, I wasn't going to change anything because I just knew that I couldn't really make any changes. So when it went to 1-1, I thought, right, I need to swing the momentum here. So that's why we went with the 2 up top, brought Jeff out wide, and that sort of worked. That worked, so I was quite pleased. And then if we composed ourselves just the last 10 minutes there, we might have nicked it. So we looked like nicking it more than them in the last 15 minutes, but the first 25 minutes, it was an onslaught, wasn't it? But we were holding on, and that's the character of these boys, isn't it?
Let's talk about that first half then. Attacking wise, the first 30 minutes, we looked quite unbelievable out there, didn't we?
Yeah, we just have a go, don't we? You know, win, lose or draw, you got to have a go. But remember, they haven't lost in 2019 here, so you just got to believe that you can win every single game. You tactically got to manage it as well, and there were times we could have pushed up a lot more. But one thing we worked on in training on Thursdays: do not break the lines, because the minute you break the lines, they will pop it around you. They're a good side, and remember, they're third in the league. We've just come to their place and just got an absolutely wonderful point. We're just frustrated sometimes when you know 3 points would have been brilliant, but then can't get carried away, and that's when I've got to sit back and analyse what they've done for me today. And I will keep repeating it even in this conversation. Don't look at the result today, look at the way people bore the badge with pride and actually went out there for this football club, and that's all we've ever asked from day one, and that's why I'm so proud.
Unfortunately, we didn't get the clean sheet there in the second half, but some of the defensive play, I mean, just to pick out a couple of names, Jerome Akimo Jonathan North, Christian Smith, they looked really, really good out there, especially because Smith, he's come in at centre half and he's a central midfielder. What was that like, seeing that as a manager?
Well, we go back to injuries, don't we? Like, we played our centre midfielder at centre half today, and we've still come here and not lost. So sit back and analyse all of it. We're playing players out of position now, but we just don't know how to lose away from home. We're just so solid and we're just so terminating. And I just thought Smithy today was just immense. I thought Freddie, Jake Shepherd, by the way, he's ill. He's actually ill. He asked to come off at half time, well, before half time, but I just said, look, you got to mentally get through, because we didn't have no one else to go there. We could have put the youngster on there, who's a brilliant player coming through, but are we really going to take that gamble here when you've got so much to play for? If he made a mistake, that would haunt him for a long time. So we just had to go with it, and that's all we did, to be fair.
Just finally then, we're a point closer to the playoffs than we were at 2:55 today. Where does that leave us with around a month and a half to go of the season?
Still in it. That's all I ever asked. Still in it. If you won next week and teams around you lost, you'd only be 1 point out of it. So it's still brilliant that we've come here today with what we with the situation, and we just kept our season alive. And why it's alive, you just keep believing and you keep moving forward. And this week we will get together, just recover all the injuries, see what the situation is behind the scenes, and just keep moving forward and see where we are next week at 5:30. But right now we're in it. When we turn up at 3 o'clock next week, we're in it, and that's why I'm a very proud man today.
Thank you, Bobby.
Cheers, thank you.